Swamp monster! Swamp monster! Murderer of our future! Swamp monster! Murderer of our future! Swamp monster! 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 Shame! Shame! Shame!
Scott Pruitt, the deregulator of the EPA, was here for some visit. I don't know why.
He snuck in?
He snuck in the back door, apparently, instead of the front door. And he apparently snuck out the back door.
But you caught him.
But we saw him and got to scream at him and tell him to go away and go home. And San Francisco doesn't want him.
Isn't he loved by Americans?
No, he is not.
Why not?
He's wrecking the environment. He's the worst swamp monster of the cabinet. He's spending taxpayer money on private security because he's afraid to come face to face with the people. If you're that afraid of the people of the United States, you're probably doing something wrong.
Doing it wrong.
Agree?
Absolutely. If you're frightened, you're doing it wrong.
And why does he continue to operate? He seems to be corrupt and have conflicts of interest. What's happening in government?
He's got the support of the president, and he is corrupt, he's a liar, he's a cheat, he's a thief, but that's today's baseline behavior.
And what's his end game?
Well, he's in the pocket of the Koch brothers. If you really investigate his background, he's the Koch brothers guy in the Trump administration, and that's why he's not gone. You know, a lot of these other people who had scandals and spent taxpayer money in inappropriate ways, you notice they're gone. What was the guy, Tom Price? But he's not gone, and it's because he's the most important person to the Koch brothers.
And what's your name? Okay.
Sharon.
And what about the EPA employees? What's happening with them? Are they fearful of the new regime at the EPA?
I can't speak to that, but I do know that the reason why we found out about this event today is because of whistleblowers on the inside of the EPA.
So they're pretty unhappy about what's going on.
I assume so, and when we were gathering out front, we got a lot of friendly waves and good job from people going into the building.
So you don't think you got such a happy welcome here in San Francisco today?
Not for me.
Tampoco.
Kathleen Moan. I'm very concerned about the ethics of this administration and the using of private jets and to go to meetings that are not far away. And I don't know if the phone booth story is true, but I don't see an ethical man in Mr. Pruitt.
Well, he's worried about his security. You don't buy that?
Yes, he certainly is. He has himself well covered.
So what is he worried about? Somebody's going to find out what he's doing.
Worried about overturning every environmental regulation that's ever been passed.
That's his ideology?
That's his ideology. Turn it back.
How is that going to affect the American people?
We are going to have muddy rivers, streams that are polluted, air polluted. It's going to affect our health and our futures for our kids.
Hi, my name is Bradley Wiedmeyer. I'm a SEIU 2015 member, and I'm here because Scott Pruitt, the head of the EPA, slipped in and slipped out of the regional EPA office, and his underling that he's just put in came out to try to dissuade us from giving Scott Pruitt this welcome of pointing out the fact that we need to survive on this planet, and we don't need criminal polluters and pretty shady people that Trump's putting in office. It's like this should be a cabinet post. I don't think the EPA is. It's like we're facing the end of the planet. The polluters here in San Francisco at Candlestick Point, they just admitted they have to raise the Candlestick Point site 66 inches. because of the coming global warming and rise in the sea.
What does that mean for Treasure Island?
Right, and Treasure Island too, 5 points, I don't know if they're involved in that, but we do know that the same environmental falsifiers that got a clearance from the EPA, and now the EPA has had to admit that in that issue is a total continuing disaster that spread to other counties when they took the waste and dumped it in Contra Costa County.
You think they should be criminally prosecuted?
Oh yeah, these people need to be locked up. These people are the worst of the worst. I mean, these are the swamp, but you know, swamps are good, but these people are give swamps a bad
polluted swamp.
A polluted swamp. These people give the swamp a bad name, but you know, these are moral and ethical and criminal swamp zombies.
I'm Carl Konert, a former employee with the Environmental Protection Agency, and I'm here because I think the administration is going in the wrong direction in terms of the environment, and I want to show my support for the people that work here and hope that they're able to continue to do their job in protecting public health and the environment.
Has there been intimidation against the employees of the EPA?
I wasn't there when this administration came in, but I believe that there is intimidation in the sense that they offer them buyouts and
They want to clear the house?
they want to clear the house. I think also, you know, they've cut the budget and the programs that they're working on that they know are effective. The employees know they're effective.
What kind of programs? How are they going to affect the American people?
Well, I think that the focus is that instead of working for the public to protect the public health, the administration is working with industry to roll back regulations. And those regulations are what help protect the air and the water and the land and eventually our public health.
So you don't think they can regulate themselves, the corporations?
No, I don't think so. I think we have checks and balances in our country, and one of the roles and the mission of our agency is to provide a check and balance.
The ideology of deregulation, who is that going to benefit?
I think that will only benefit industry, and to the detriment of the general public.
Now, the EPA is involved in cleanups, Superfund sites, oversight of what's going to happen with these sites around the United States?
Well, I think everything is designed to basically roll back our efforts that we've been doing for the last 4.5 decades. And
This is pretty radical then.
it is very radical. I worked in the Reagan administration when that administration attempted to throttle back EPA. They took money away from the Superfund program, and fortunately, there was a balance in Congress. The Democrats had control of the House, and they brought the officials, the political appointees of that administration to account. They were all fired. They brought back Ruckelshaus, who was the first administrator, and we got the agency back on its right footing. Hopefully, that will happen in 2018 with the upcoming elections.